Oh, fuck. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Dish Pit Podcast after a 2-week hiatus. I am your host, Jay Fandango, and this is my co-host,
Mike Ramirez.
And we also got a couple boys in the room. Go ahead and want to introduce yourselves. Give your Twitter handle or something, fam. Tell us your Snapchat. Just whatever you want to be called.
What's your MySpace?
I can't remember what we said last week.
Me Mark. I go by Crow.
There you go. I like that.
Crow from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. I like it.
Yeah, but if you need me on Snapchat, it's boss.sauce.
Woo! All right, and we got another fine young gentleman in the building, in my apartment.
Freaky guest.
Y'all already know you, boy. Just saying, your boy Ivory.
Who? Who already knows?
Who is my boy?
Everybody that's been seeing the shit, they know.
I'm putting my glasses on.
There we go. Ivory on is
All
back
right.
with us.
It is Jay Fandango, Michael Ramirez,
COVID 84.
Ivory,
Ivory
I've
on,
been meaning to
Tal
ask
Thompson.
Yes, sir.
the world wants to know,
Oh no.
Yes, sir.
what thick did you mean?
He's been waiting weeks to ask
Because
this
there were
question.
two thicks. We established that. Which thick did you mean?
What do you mean?
She was peanut butter thick. She was...
Oh yeah, that thick. You talking about with Stephanie? Oh, yes. So, she wasn't fat at all, but she did have a little love handles. But then when you got down to her thighs and the ass, whole mix match, thighs and then to the ass, it was just wide, just a little bit wider. Like, I was right here. Well, they can't see, but it was right wide.
So what you're saying is no stretch marks.
Thick.
Just
What's wrong with stretch marks, Mike?
Nothing. I'm just trying to get what kind of thick he's talking about.
But all the thickness was from
Bro,
waist
just
to...
what's an actress? Say an
thigh.
actress. What thick is this, bro? Just say an actress.
Jennifer
bro.
Hudson.
Did she have
No.
big tits?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Was she
Who?
like voluptuous all the way around? Like
Who
from
is
No,
she?
no.
What's
No.
her name? I need to see this woman. I'm
Stephanie.
losing sleep over this.
That
Ivory.
was a name. Her name was Stephanie.
Okay, never mind. There's like how many?
Is
She
she
was
like-
white.
Yes.
Zero high
How many
Stephanies.
Stephanies do you
was she
think
like
there
Raven?
I don't know.
are? How many Stephanies do you think there are, Ivory?
I mean, shit.
White Stephanies in Houston, bro. There's also
Exactly.
Hispanic
Who
Stephanies who look white.
Stefania.
I know a couple
There's
of them.
Stefanias.
So-
Those are the
Stefania,
Russian
right?
She
ones,
told
too.
me
So many
she was
Stefanias.
German and
Some-
white and some.
Okay.
So
Did she have
We're not
cornrows?
letting letting the story bleed over anymore
Exactly,
into this
please,
fucking
like-
because we have actual important things to talk about. Okay, like the fucking crazy shit that's going on in the world right now. We've been a kind of away for a little bit, so we haven't been talking about it. Right? We usually talk. We don't give super intellectual
try not to-
responses to the world events, but we do like to give our opinion
And we try to
on
stay
things.
non-political too.
Yes.
You know, we try to do that.
But right now it kind of feels like the time where everyone needs to fucking speak up at this
Agreed.
point with this shit that's happening, the shit that's happening in Minnesota, everywhere in the
dude.
country right now.
That's what we should do the disc pick
What?
shot to.
Yes, let's drink to
Black Lives
everyone.
Matter.
Drink to Black Lives Matter, to George Floyd, all the Trayvon Martin, all
Yeah.
the fucking
That's what we should do it to.
all the fucking people who've
used the
been
force to
wronged
bring
and their
this.
families have been wronged. Okay, so this is definitely something that we are in solidarity about,
Yeah,
right?
unified.
Oh shit. Okay, so in honor of the whole Black Lives Matter movement, we are going to continue our sitcom tier list,
I know it's been like 2 weeks, but
which we have we've been postponed for about 2 weeks on it. We were gonna just complete it with the shows we had, and I was gonna add a few, but we decided to take a lot of the great black sitcoms and tier them out as well, right? Like
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about them. We had some already on here, right? But there wasn't a ton. There's like 3, maybe 4. We got a couple more. We got like 4 or 5 more. We got some really good. We got some really good shows in here. So I'm actually excited about it. There's a couple shows I forgot about when I was making the tier list template. So other than that, yeah, we're gonna give our unbiased opinion about all this. It might get a little heated, like it did last time.
Maybe.
But
well, Ivory's with us today.
also, I'd like to point out the new kind of arrangement we have. We got a new mixer board with some sound effects. So we should look forward to.
You should do that.
Baba Booey.
You should look forward to us having some quirky sound effects on the show from now on. So it's just a nice all-in-one system that it's gonna make the show just that much better.
It's gonna make it pop.
Make it just a little pop.
Baba Booey.
Turn up,
Little
y'all.
We should get that sound.
He was saying that, and then I was like, yes, we should get the
Should we be
horn.
cliche
Saw
with
me.
getting a fart sound? Just
We have to get a funny sounding one though. Like I have to like look at all the.
Ooh.
I have to go through like a list of like
Of all the-
20,000
Gonna
fart
leave a
sounds.
stain.
of all the farts.
You ever farted and you left a stain?
No, bro, when you
I've
fart,
totally shit my pants before.
Abe. So what did you do? After
When you think
shit
it was a
your
fart
pants?
or what?
Dude, I was like 14 and I just knew I could make it home on this walk. And I had I've never worn green pants again.
Why would you? Green pants.
Dude, I
Were you the
remember this
Riddler?
day. I shat myself so bad, man. I just thought that if I could get this one last fart out before I took this shit,
Yeah.
that I'd be good because my stomach was going crazy.
What did you do? Did you go home after that?
Dude, I was at home. I was locked out.
Oh, okay.
And
Bro.
I walked.
Struggle.
I have
the
I have a
so the
funny
key
shit
was
in my.
closed.
I have a funny shit story. You want to hear that before we get into this?
Yeah,
go.
let's do
So-
this Vizzy hard seltzer too.
Okay, we're
So I'm
drinking
not
some
the
hard
only
seltzer
shitty booty
today.
ass.
Got a 40. So
You don't wanna hear the
my
worst
shit
story, bro.
my
Can't
shit
say it
story,
out loud.
right? It starts back on Green Glade Drive. We used to walk to the corner store all the time, right? And it was me and a family friend named Chris. His mom always
good
had
for
the
you,
food
too.
stamp card, so we were always hitting the corner store up with that Lone Star card, right?
Hell yeah.
And we were walking to the corner store, and I had to shit, right, leaving the house, and I was like, it's not that bad.
So you
I'll
went
be
out.
fine.
You went out with a loaded
Terrible.
gun.
Yeah, and I was barefoot
bad.
too.
Tastes
I was-
like seltzer and beer.
Do you even care about my story, Mark?
I'm trying.
I'm trying to open my fucking heart to you here, and you're fucking just shitting on me over
They're
here.
giving me bad drinks.
It's got
That's what
ant-
this show is. All the beers are bad. Imagine
I
my
care.
life, 30
Welcome.
episodes.
No one cares more than me.
We've been doing this for like 25 episodes.
I'm such
Okay,
a caring
okay.
person.
What I was
I
saying,
care and I care and I care.
I'm walking and I have to shit, right? And I'm barefoot. It's only like 2-3 blocks. We get to the corner store. I get all my items. I'm like, okay, we're good. We can just walk fast home. And I'm like, Chris, I have to shit
2 or
right
3
now.
blocks.
So I run to the nearest bush and I just fucking shit in the bush.
Ah,
So
nice.
this bush approximately was like 1 or 2 blocks back.
No, like it was right next to the corner store.
less than a half a block.
It was like, imagine walking out of the corner store, getting about 100 feet away and having to shit. I ran immediately to the nearest
You
bush.
just turn around and run back to your house and shit in your house.
No, I was already at the corner store. I was already as far away from the house as I could be.
Why don't you find
I
go
learned
to the
my lesson.
restroom?
There was no restroom
So-
in the corner store.
Oh,
This was
bro.
an A-Leaf on fucking, what street was that? Bel Air? Derry Ashford and Cook or some shit. Not Cook. Derry
I know where
Ashford.
that is.
Yeah, it's not a decent area. It's like
That's
a very.
where Jordan shit.
I shit in these, these townhomes.
Yeah.
And those bushes where it's like they're very spread out, so there's plenty of room for you to get in between. So I got in there and I
how
just
did we get here?
unleashed it all.
Were you in? Were
You
you?
said you
in,
shit your pants.
Yeah, I was saying this was.
He was 14.
I was 17 or 16.
I shit outside of a Chili's, but it was.
It had to be a Chili's though.
Were you eating at the Chili's?
No, actually, it was during Hurricane. What's the one right after Katrina? Rita here. Where it's
Fucking Rita.
with the
What about
mass
Ike?
evacuation.
Ike was a
It was
bitch
before
too.
Ike. So and Rita didn't even hit us. It ended up hitting fucking Beaumont and
Bet
shit.
you can't guess where we live.
So I drove 12 hours from Southeast Houston from Telephone Road and Airport to 290 and Barker Cypress. 12
Oh
hours.
God, this thing.
Holy shit.
And yeah. And because we were part of the mass exodus. Well, in the middle of that, like in the middle of the night, like we're the next day when restaurants and stuff were opening back up, there's like a line out of the fucking gas station where everybody's just getting gas and toilet paper.
Wow.
So I run over to the Chili's.
You had it already?
Yeah.
You ran over to the good old Chili's for the good old
Chili's.
copping squad.
Yeah.
Found a bush, and actually I stole the toilet
yeah.
paper from the gas station. I just went in there and just took it and walked out the door, and then went and took a big old hot one in front of the fucking Chili's.
What's the stupidest shit you ever stole from a corner store?
Mexican candy. No, I don't know.
Stupid as shit. Not like that's candy. That's not very stupid. That's a very common thing to steal from a corner store. What's the stupidest shit you ever stole? For me, a pack of Rolaids.
You stole Rolaids.
Yeah, bro. It's a fucking little tube. I just.
No, I stole
this.
I've stolen so much from corner
You stole a
stores
pop
now.
socket
I just
from a corner
realized.
Yeah, I stole it from Walmart.
That's not a corner store.
Oh, my bad, but it's from Walmart.
I stole this one from Walmart.
I've stolen cat
Exactly.
food from
It was so
from a
easy.
corner store.
Is it okay if I'm implicating myself in stealing a pop socket from Walmart?
It's less than $500,
All right,
so it
I
doesn't matter.
justified it in my head before I did it, but like
I needed this.
in my head, I was like, condoms should be free. I don't want to have
Right?
kids.
They should be.
They don't want me to have.
They give you
kids.
condoms in high school. What the
Right.
fuck?
Like, why should I pay for these?
Why'd they stop giving me condoms outside of high school?
But yeah,
Everybody should just.
I wasn't
get
getting laid in
condoms.
hii school.
You said corner store, so I was like, yeah, I'll take those. And he put them on the counter like they do, and I
That-
just grabbed them and like dipped.
Yeah.
Oh,
You don't have to walk fast. They're just like, sir,
I
excuse
later
me.
learned, Walgreens or CVS.
if we're
is
talking
better.
about smash and grabs, I've stolen fucking beer,
That was
chips,
dumb, right?
candy.
Stupid.
Oh my God, Blake
But
and
at the
DJ's
same
cousin got banned from our corner store for stealing a Snickers one time. He couldn't go in for like a couple years until his hair like grew out or some shit. It was fucking hilarious.
Snickers.
It's my boy Jared. Shout out. He doesn't watch the show probably, but whatever. If
Well,
he
we
ever
need to
does
get
watch
him.
it.
We need to get him.
He's a
to
fun.
watch
He's a fucking great. He's
Tell him
funny
he's
as shit.
not him when he's hungry.
For real.
Why wait?
All right, boys, we've rambled enough. Let's get to the fucking meat and potatoes.
The
okay?
nitty gritty.
By
The
meat,
nit grit.
by meat, you mean like cock.
This guy.
The cock of this.
The
We're gonna
cock
get
of
to
this.
the cock. Fuck the crux. All right.
Cocks and
So
potatoes.
Yes.
so we
cocks and
left
potatoes.
off. Let me just go a quick. Let me just do a quick rundown. We got this S tier. I've added an extra bar for S and A tier because these are mostly pretty good shows. So
Because
we're
we got some bangers.
yeah we're
Yeah.
doing lots of S's and A's.
Definitely.
Fucking seltzer. Ugh.
Okay, let's get another one. Let's get some of that sex on the beach over there, Ivory.
Fucking. All right. So the next,
Yeah.
what I was saying is I have A, extra A, and S. So
Club
at the S
tails.
tier, we have The Simpsons, we have The Office, King of the Hill, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Solar Opposites, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine right now. So we have those, and I don't.
Notch.
At A tier, we have Futurama, Rick and Morty, Workaholics, Arrested Development, Reno 911,
Great.
The Cosby Show. Even though
I tried.
some shit,
It's gonna get knocked down, but I tried, y'all.
it might get knocked down, but it's probably not gonna fall out of A tier. And then last on A tier is The Community, and
I'm okay if it does.
Cosby Show. You got to think about the times that it was
That's
in.
what I was trying to tell y'all. Like,
I agree.
that-
But right now,
No.
Cosby Show is not cool.
Hey, but everybody's over Me Too.
social climate.
you know?
So,
yeah, it's like it's fuck Me Too, right?
Fuck Me Too.
Well, half of those I'm not getting into it.
All right.
So
I'm with. I'm
Not,
with.
not on
I
the, not on the,
understand.
yeah,
Like,
not on the show.
I'm with
not on
you.
the show.
you understand what I'm saying without me saying it, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
because
You
I
pick up
fought
what he's
so
putting
hard
down.
for Cosby, but I'm a '90s baby, y'all. So like,
Agreed.
I
saw
love
every
pudding, bro.
episode, and
I
man,
fucking love pudding.
Jello.
That's like Jello.
There's always room for Jello.
This
All right,
is a
so-
sex on the beach with 10% alcohol,
From
premium cocktail.
From
Sponsor
Club.
the fuck out of
Cocktail,
us.
It's a beer, though.
Please.
Sponsor the fuck out of us.
Oh, that's way
Anyway,
better than
so
the
B
last
tier, everyone listen. We got Cheers, Everybody Loves Raymond, Frasier, and Curb Your Enthusiasm. C tier, we have The Office UK, because
Okay.
these guys are racist to Europeans. And then we have MASH in C tier. And then Lonely at the bottom, we have Roseanne in the D tier, all alone.
Fart on them.
You see how we do racism on this show?
Boom.
Boom.
Straight to jail. Straight to tierless jail. So perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yes. Oh no. This looks like a fucking with these glasses on, this looks like an old English.
It's so funny
It's
because
all red.
we all
That's not bad.
like either hate or like something, and he's like forced to be like, man, I'm either gonna hate this or like this.
Flawless mix of orange, peach, and cranberry.
It's not flawless, bro.
It's not flawless.
Better than
It's
you
better
know
than the
what.
last one. That's it.
All right, y'all.
Ivory, pass
So
that
we're
to
getting
Blake.
back into it, right?
All right. Who's
And the
next?
first show up is one of my good old fucking favorites. fucking stomp him in the fucking nuts, Thugnificent, fucking the goddamn Luther from fucking the Boondocks. The Boondocks is one of my favorite shows of all time. I'm saying S tier. 100%.
R.I.P. John
The
Witherspoon.
writing, R.I.P. John Witherspoon.
R.I.P. John Witherspoon.
You know, he was a voice in BoJack.
Put some hot sauce on
He
my
was a voice in
burrito,
BoJack
baby.
Horseman.
Put some
He-
hot sauce
on
he
my
was
burrito,
he was
baby.
the
Tastes so good to me.
the pug dog from BoJack Horseman. Her dad was John Witherspoon, but season 6 aired after he had died, so I guess they had gotten his voice before he had died. Because he was doing shit before he died. Like he went
Yeah.
on the Joe Rogan podcast
was
with his
active.
son. His son's a comedian and does his voice perfectly.
Really? I never heard his son.
His son, I don't remember his last name's Witherspoon,
Of course,
obviously,
yeah.
but so I'm saying Boondocks S tier, bro. Comedy next level. Samuel Jackson next level. Fucking bro, the episode about fucking Cat Williams, a pimp named Slickback.
Slickback.
There's a
Yes.
whole song.
We say
There's a
that all
whole
the time
remix
at
to
work.
that.
Yes.
A pimp named Slickback.
Slickback.
That's what I said. Slickback. No. It's fucking great. I'm saying S tier.
Hey, I agree.
I say it's
4 seasons of fire.
4
You
seasons
know,
of fire.
4 seasons of fire.
Where'd I put
There's
it?
an episode where Robert is
Where'd I
a
put it?
freedom fighter and he's
S
the
tier.
most pussy ass nigga of all the freedom fighters and it's hilarious.
Robert?
Like
Robert was
it's
nothing.
hilarious.
He was like the most fucking like he was like a white dude, even in the army. Like it was fucking hilarious.
The funniest episode is when he has to go to that funeral and he has to say nice things about this dude that died, and
yeah,
he's been
that
telling
episode.
Robert's story his whole life. So he's like, "This nigga ain't shit."
Oh yeah, I remember that. They're on the boat, right?
on the boat.
That fucking episode was hilarious,
Yes,
bro.
man.
What's another one? When I sent that bitch a smiley face. Bitches love smiley. Isn't that Charlie Murphy? R.I.P. Charlie Murphy, bro.
Charlie Murphy.
So y'all remember the Siri episode?
The Siri episode, I don't remember that one. I actually
not off the
haven't
top of my
seen
head.
season 4.
Oh man,
I need to watch it.
this motherfucker Robert
it-
gets Siri and she helps him with everything. She helps him get a girlfriend and everything, and then she gets jealous and she's like, "All right, Robert," and she ruins this nigga's life.
Siri
Like,
gets jealous.
Siri gets jealous and she's like, "Okay,
This wouldn't happen
Robert,
if you had Alexa.
if you want to play like that, I've sent all your credit card information to your ex." Type shit. Like, what? Well, why
Okay,
would you do that?
so
to him?
we're all saying, are we agreeing?
Siri's
Ivory,
a cunt.
Ivory,
I agree
what's your
100%.
opinion on the Boondocks, bro?
Boondocks was fucking hilarious. 100%. Like I laughed at
What,
just about everything.
what in particular like resonates with you?
Uncle Ruckus.
What? No, not even.
Fucking Ruckus, dog! I forgot everything.
It's like,
I fucking forgot about.
Holy shit, the most
Okay,
Uncle
so-
Tom fucking.
First off,
God damn, he was
Hold up.
fucking hilarious.
He's so fucking funny.
Calling everyone monkeys all the time and shit. Holy shit,
He's
bro.
like
he
a
was
Y'all
funny.
don't forget
Trump,
about the
like,
real
he-
MVP. Ruckus is fucking hilarious, but the
Hold
blind
on.
nigga.
No. Yes.
Yes.
Hold on.
Yes.
What's his
Stink
Stink
meaner,
meaner?
nigga.
Stink
Yes.
meaner. Bro, he
Yes.
fucked his shoes up, his car, and then he was like spitting in his face, and he's like, "What you gonna
Nah,
do?"
niggas, when he came back with his posse.
Oh, he
nigga,
came back
his
from hell,
niggas,
right?
Yes.
He came back from hell. Like, what? He got reincarnated?
That was badass.
What-
Nigga
oh.
killed Sharito Brown.
The episode where fucking what's the lawyer from next door who has the white wife? What's his name?
Oh, Tom.
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 Tom
Uncle Tom.
goes to jail. He's afraid
Oh,
of getting
yeah.
raped in jail, right? He was like, "You can call me the nah. You missed that spot behind your ears. You can call me the health inspector." And he's got like a dick down to his fucking knee and shit. Holy shit, man! That show was too much when I was a kid. And it's written. It's basically like a black anime, almost.
Yeah, Regina King is a genius. Robert was
Holy shit, bro.
Charlie
Was
Murphy
most definitely
genius.
That's a good one, bro.
All right,
That
so
one's in there.
all right, next up we have I haven't seen this one, so I can't weigh in too much on it. Maybe I've seen reruns. I mean, I'm fucking 25, bro, and I didn't watch a lot of when I was watching. Honestly, when I would watch WB with like Yu-Gi-Oh and shit. I would watch like fucking Dragon Ball Z.
That's
I
why
would
Mark
watch-
and I are here because we.
I would watch Little House on the Prairie.
Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Which
It's
version?
just on. It was just on the old one, the oldest one.
The oldest one.
And I would watch like reruns of like old Star Trek
Is that
shit.
the Homecoming
So
in
Sanford
Little
and
House?
Son is the show.
Oh. Sanford and Son
I know
is
the song,
classic,
100%. That's
dude.
like the. If you want to be like, all right, sitcom, play that song.
When I was a kid, like when Nickelodeon would turn from kid Nickelodeon to like Nick at Night, it would be fucking Sanford and Son, Mama's Family. Like Nickelodeon was fucking the shit back in the day.
It'd be Happy Days.
Happy Days.
It would be,
What's the Three's Company?
oh my gosh.
Bro, I forgot to put the George Lopez show on here.
No, you're
That
right.
show is fucking amazing.
That show is okay. This is the same as every other
I
show.
think it's funny as shit.
It's like
George is a funny guy.
he is, but that
I
show is
don't
like
remember any
Seinfeld,
of
but
it.
for Mexicans.
So I know, exactly. I don't want to sound racist when I say this.
So controversial.
It was memorable for
Seinfeld for Mexicans,
its
bro.
class of,
Michael's allowed to
you
say
know,
that. He's
who's,
part Mexican.
You know, made for it. So I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's why
okay,
that's funny.
I
He
just
like
didn't
is
remember
he's
it.
part chamoy.
I watched it. I don't remember it.
Tripping.
So I'm like, I can't remember.
I watched that right next to Everybody Hates Chris. Like that would be like my. That's like my. I mean,
It
I
was
went to
a good
Hastings.
show.
I used to
like-
think the daughter was hot. I'd want to bang
She
her.
was fucking hot, bro.
Oh,
Yes.
Bang it.
Get
The wife was hot
Carmen?
too.
What's her last
Get it.
name? Ivory.
Lopez, dumbass. They were Lopez.
God damn it! I'm trying to get Ivory. to
It's,
answer.
it's fu-
I
Latina.
would have remembered Lopez because it's
okay.
George
No, and the
Lopez.
wife, Angie. Come on, bro. And the grandma was fucking hilarious. Ernie, the sad fucking friend who's
The
like,
grandma is
he's
funny.
like, I saw your mom naked, bro. She's like, she likes to air dry.
You know why? You know why I really didn't like it? Because I would watch a lot of George Lopez stand up.
It's like
And
less.
he talks-
It's watered down.
Well, he talks about his father. His mom in the show is actually playing the role of his father in real life, which how hard he was on him.
What about did his mom did he had both his mom and his dad?
Oh, and it was his grandma that he.
Wait, hold on. What were you ranking Sanford and Son?
Oh, Sanford Son's a classic, bro. It can't go any lower than A tier.
it goes
Okay.
the same as Cosby.
Okay, we'll put it next to Cosby.
It can't go any lower than A tier because it was hilarious. Now some of the
Trying, guys, I'm
comedy,
trying.
some of
It's
the
gonna get
comedies
knocked 'cause
dated.
There's some heat.
Hold on, let me.
I love it.
let me
I
just
throw
make
S
sure.
tier in that motherfucker.
Let me make sure.
I wouldn't go.
Our bitch ass.
wouldn't go S tier.
Yeah, it's just gonna get
That
knocked
song was
out.
good. Yeah, you're right. It's a
Mark
classic.
my
It's good.
words.
But yeah, you was right about A tier.
A for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So, what's your favorite thing about Sanford and Son, Ivory?
Honestly, to tell you the truth, I watched a little bit of it, so
You
I
never
can't
seen
really
it.
be all up in it. But I do know it's good because I was in it.
I like how it's a classic father. The son's always trying to get
Father's approval.
his approval. He runs the garbage place, right?
Fuck that,
So
bro.
it's
Fuck
like-
getting your father's approval, dog.
and he
Fuck
doesn't.
that guy.
And he's in his own world where he doesn't give a fuck about anything.
He's just trying to do
Like-
It's hilarious.
So many shows are pulling from that alone. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like the dad, everyone needs his approval, and he has this high opinion. He ain't shit.
No,
Like, he's not
he
shit.
is not
You
shit.
just heard him. He's the garbage guy. Like,
Yeah.
the garbage, the trash man. Like,
Yeah, he was
Alright.
a trash man. He retired and
So
built
that's-
his own little trash empire.
So that's where Sanford and Son is sitting now. Next, we have a childhood favorite of mine, not childhood, teenage favorite of mine.
Okay.
Everybody Hates Chris, man. This show came on when I was in middle school, like 8th, 9th grade or something like
I
that.
didn't think Chris Rock would have
Made a show like that.
made a show like that.
It's really good.
he says
That's
it's
really
based
well
off
put
of
together.
his childhood.
Yes.
Yeah, no, it has to be. Like it's so specific.
Well, when you've seen so much
and
of
he's
his
narrating.
stand-up.
He narrates every episode. I think he's
He
like
says
narrating.
that, y'all, but really,
Oh,
I think obviously some of it's exaggerated, of course, right? Like the
No,
guy
I
who
mean-
steals fucking dollar from him every day, or like the time they said that like there was a brick in a car. Ooh, a brick, and he breaks the window with a brick to take the brick.
Yeah.
that shit doesn't happen, but it's like It's like hyperbole. It's exact. Coming full circle.
Yeah,
it's like
full
it's
circle
like they're
there.
exaggerating all these situations, right? Because like you're a kid, and when you're a kid, everything seems like so much more of a big deal.
you know, like when you remember people
Then when you
that
get older, and once
knew
you
when
get
were a
older,
kid.
everything seems it's like wow, it's whatever. But like the show, it's like they're everyone's fully animated. Like his mom, his dad, his sister, his brother. They all have their
uncle.
own. They all
Terry Crews was on
they all
point.
They all have their own personalities, and Terry Crews is fucking. That's what made me like recognize him as like a really funny fucking dude.
not
other than White
not
Chicks.
next Friday or what is it?
I'd seen Next Friday, but he wasn't like standout for me in Next Friday.
It's
like
true.
if anything, it was what's his name, Mike Epps. Or
Yeah.
was Mike Epps next Friday?
Yeah,
That's
he-
Friday after next.
That's Friday.
He was in
after.
both.
He was in both.
Okay, yeah.
He just
The
wasn't
last
in
two.
Because
the
he moved
original
away.
Friday.
Like the next
He was
next
in the
Friday,
last
Chris
two.
Tucker was only in the
Chris
first
Tucker
one.
was in Friday. Yeah,
Which didn't they say they were making another Friday?
I heard that. I don't
Chris
know.
Tucker's actually in it, or who knows, bro? It
It
probably
ain't
won't.
happening.
Hey man, I can dream.
all
I would
too
put
old now.
Everybody's Chris in A tier
Yeah?
next to like a rest, like right up there with Sanford and Son, Reno 911, all
It's
those.
funny. I'll admit that.
Bro, every episode he gets fucked off. Like, no matter what.
That is
Yeah,
true.
yeah. Like the episode where he gets a dog and the dog ends up betraying him at the end because the fucking like
'cause
Puerto
they only
Ricans.
speak Spanish
The Puerto
and
Ricans.
shit. Like, dang, bro.
That's actually a funny
Or
concept.
the one day he actually skipped school and didn't get caught. She was like, "Your school called," and he was like, "I didn't mean to skip school."
I heard
She
that
was
Chris
foolish.
Rock was the writer, like one of the head writers for that show, and then stopped writing after like season 3 or something
Chris,
like that.
Everybody's Chris.
Yeah.
That's why
I
it
wouldn't
feels
doubt
like
it.
that for me. I'm like, man, I don't feel like
He got the kid also got too fucking tall. Like he was fucking
so huge, so quick.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, you're like 30. Nigga, you at least 30.
How old are you, Reggie? 16.
Okay, next show up we have In Living Color, which is fucking classic. You got Jamie Foxx, you got fucking the Wayans brothers, right?
Yep, the
They
Wayans
got
brothers.
Jim Carrey, fucking.
I like that the
Who else is
show's
on
in
there?
there. All the Wayans brothers.
That's what I said. The Wayans
yeah,
brothers are
like-
genius, bro.
Yeah.
So
their-
fucking
I think
funny.
Even their dad was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, even their dad was in it.
I think he
I would
produced
say
it.
I would say S tier, man.
Yeah.
For
Even,
In Living
even though
Color.
it's
You
not
heard
a
it, folks.
sitcom, but it is
We're S tier.
S tier.
Living single. Did
That's
you say
in
living
there.
single or living color?
Living Color.
Living color. Okay. Living
And
single still
Living
lit, so my
Color.
bad. I've been drinking.
All right, so yeah,
Yeah.
I just like all the like the funny little situations, like all the Jim Carrey shit, and it's just a funny show, man. I remember watching clips of it with
It's
a friend of mine.
It was the first sketch comedy show to go against Saturday Night Live.
Yeah,
How many seasons did they go for?
Harmonious laughs.
I want to say like 3 or 4. Not that
Solid, not too bad. I mean, that's not bad.
many. Yeah.
That's like a couple years of syndication, man.
Well, the reason why it disbanded is because everybody in that in the show became famous and started doing movies.
doing their own shit. Like,
It's all right, it's all right.
Crazy stuff like.
And then you had fucking Scary Movie come out, and then the Wayans
Yeah, when the
brothers.
mask, the scary movie. It's like,
Yeah.
It was scary movie after scary movie after scary movie, bro. Like,
I love Scary Movie 1 and 2.
even
The
the
third
the
one is
three
good.
was-
The
yeah.
third
Even
one's
by the
funny.
time they got
The
to
Kevin
three.
Hart and Anthony Anderson fucking shit.
forgot about
Unless you a zombie, like that Brokeback Mountain fucking parody was
Yeah.
fucking hilarious.
I forgot about that.
But after Scary Movie 3, I don't like him.
Yeah.
Okay, so up next we have the Bernie Mac show.
Oh, that's a classic. Like that's
really
like
funny
S
one.
tier because
And it-
Bernie.
I like how he breaks the fourth wall and he talks to the
spoke
audience.
to America, not just the audience, America.
Well, audience is America.
America.
And if you watch any of Bernie Mac's stand up, you
No, 'cause
know
it could've been
about
Berlin.
his
America.
personal life, how he really did adopt his crackhead sister's kids.
Do you hear this?
You
This
know?
is the fact. Ivory, you're supposed to be saying this.
Like Bernie actually did that.
about
So
Bernie
he's
Mac?
the story is when this is one of the stories where you say that it's based off real life. It really is based
Yeah.
off real life. The
he
kids
went
are
to court for him.
Yeah, the kids were old, when by the time the show is being done, the kids are already grown up.
Yeah.
So he's doing the story about like their childhood.
Wow.
So it's almost like an honor, a tribute to them that he's doing the story. Because
That
I
show was
watched
great.
and Bernie Mac. Don't get me wrong, he's one of the original kings of comedy.
Boom.
Like the original. There are 4, and he's in there.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Bernie Mac, the great. Like his fucking original stand. Oh, I'll tell you what. You know this original one, like from the fucking 90s. Let me tell a motherfucker. It was just like,
Yeah, he's great, man. I remember
I
when he
love
died.
Bernie Mac. I love the show. I'm a big fan of comedy. We all know this, you know. So like he's one of those like. If Eddie Murphy did a show, or if Richard Pryor did a fucking TV show,
Yeah.
you know, the Chris Rock was too mainstream for me. I think at that point when Everybody Loves Chris
It
came
was
out,
so New York, but so white.
so New York, but so white. And like Bernie Mac's show is like, these motherfuckers are. And don't get me wrong, he did the show out of context of his actual life because when he actually had the kids, he was still nobody.
Oh, okay.
But during the show,
he
he's
was, like,
already
well off.
and like
Got that nice ass house.
It's like what he would have envisioned, like if he was well off to raise the kids and stuff like that. It's like it's different. It's different.
It's one
all
of those
around.
things you could still go back on and laugh, and it's crazy because a lot of shows you can't do that with.
That's true.
It's true. Yeah, some of these shows are very dated. That's why they're in
Different
B,
tiers.
C, and D.
Yeah.
That's why we have higher tier shows. You can go back and watch a lot of these shows. Bernie Mac tier S.
A for show.
Boom! America has spoken.
Yo, and actually, funny thing about one of his kids, the son. Apparently, when I was younger, people used to say I look like that nigga.
Oh yeah,
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jordan,
I could
yeah.
see that. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah,
like
me
when you were
too,
younger,
for sure.
you would have the look because he's very small-headed, glasses wearing.
You so big.
Okay, everyone. Next up is probably one of, I don't know, it's a sleeper, right? Because I saw it and then I was a little skeptical, but then I watched it and it's fucking amazing. It's Black Jesus.
Black Jesus.
Don't sleep on Black Jesus.
Black Jesus,
R.I.P.
bro.
John Witherspoon.
Right.
R.I.P. again, Charlie Murphy.
Yeah.
Charlie
R.I.P.
Murphy.
Charlie Murphy.
Bro.
Can't forget. Gone, not forgotten.
That's one of the few actual
St. Johnson's
shows
a genius.
that had me laugh so hard I cried. I was
It
crying.
was a great
laughing.
show, man. I don't know where to put it, honestly. I want to say A to S, but
Save the community, man.
huh?
He saved the community, man.
Speaking of Community, we can put him
What's funny
above
is
Community.
we were talking about religion before the show really popped off. He made Christianity funny
Yeah, man.
with the facts. Because you think about this, if you get slapped, you're not gonna turn the other cheek. He was like, man, in my most magnificent, in my most holy, in my most gracious name I pray. And you're like, dang, this is Jesus. Like, dang, Jesus.
Feels
is
like it,
right.
man.
Jesus.
It was great. It was a very good show. I'm putting in A tier.
For sure. All right, so we're gonna drink one of these Wasatch Brewery Devastators.
Oh,
What is it?
Devastator. Huh?
I picked it up because it said Devastator.
That sounds like
Yeah,
a
it
that sounds like a
like
name
you
of a
do something
ship,
like that.
like a spaceship. The Devastator.
I hate it already.
It's plum, malt, and rich.
I hate it
If you're gonna sin big. Our double bock is sweet, toasty, and rich, but finishes gentle. This beer has developed a serious cult following. A cult following for the ages.
The rainbow.
He's like, bruh.
No, that's the ring. This is the ring. Sorry, this one's blank. Sorry, everyone. It was a bit of a. All right. Okay, so that's all of the
It's not bad. It tastes
black.
like a Guinness.
I don't like saying that. The black shows. Like,
I fucking hate Guinness.
how do I say? What do I say?
There's no, you can say that.
Okay, the black shows. We're done with it.
This
Yeah.
just turned into an episode.
I appreciate. Honestly, like Dave Chappelle is my favorite comedian of all time. Right?
Yeah.
He's fucking hilarious. Like, I
He is.
love black people. They're great.
You know, it's funny.
They bring great things: music, movies, fucking comedy, all of it, everything, culture.
I was hanging around with some
Why do you
friends
think
the other day.
Why do you think white people want to steal their fucking
You forgot
shit all the
beauty,
time?
bro. You forgot
Beautiful.
beauty.
I'm sorry. That's you. That's where you come in, dog. You're
Yeah,
supposed
bro.
to check me. That's
all
why I
the
have you and
beautiful
Ivory
stuff
here.
we
You're supposed to
like.
check me. Like, so
It's because black bitches got that.
I'm
shit,
on
man.
the spectrum of no.
I'm sorry. You need like Nubian princesses. I get you.
No, it's actually funny. I was with some friends the other day. One of the first stand-up comedies I ever saw that broke the mold for me was Eddie Murphy Raw. Okay, so
I still
It's-
watch that and laugh.
I do
Talking
too.
about
But
the burger with all the bell peppers and onions in
Complete
it.
leather onesie. You know
all
what
that
kind
shit-
of confidence that takes?
Exactly.
Was it a onesie?
Yes.
Fucking one
That's a fucking
piece, bro.
zipped up one piece.
He was Luffy.
What a legend. What are you talking about? Oh. I was like, Luffy doesn't
So,
wear a one piece.
What's funny
So-
is I was hanging around with some friends. Oh, it did that
I didn't do it on purpose.
You gonna drink that beer?
Yeah, I'll taste it.
I was hanging around with some friends, and they're my age, and we were talking about Eddie Murphy Raw, and then their kid was there, and he's like 15, 16. And we were like, hey, did you see Eddie Murphy Raw? Like, that's like one of like the gold standards, like Richard Pryor and all that other stuff to see. And he was like, I really wasn't into it.
Ooh, the kid?
Yeah. And I was like, why? And he was like, they made fun of gays too much. Like, remember part of the whole, there was Eddie Murphy did a whole bit on we're using the fucking word faggot.
Oh yeah.
And he was just like, Dave Chappelle's the only one that can do it so succinctly, where he goes after one of the
Jim Jeffries,
the alphabet people, Jim Jeffries too. But that was right. They all did a whole bit on homosexuality, and that's what's turned kids
That was
off.
funny then, though.
It was funny then. That's why I'm saying like
That was
some
like
of that
the
stuff
main
is
thing.
dated, and like a lot of hardcore comedians still are like, you know what, you can do a joke about
Bill Hicks.
anything. Yeah.
Bill Hicks is fucking shit. I was watching his old shit. I'm like, fuck.
That's why Dave Chappelle's such like an advocate for his friends that get in trouble for saying something in jokes. You know, he's a fucking comedian. He's saying it as a joke, and you're taking it out of context and making it seriously.
But like, this is the thing. Do you know how hard it is for you to
You ripped
say
my
something
fucking foam
funny,
off my chair, bro.
say something funny and offensive, and for people for you to take it that way?
Agreed.
People never do that shit, like, because we're so dumb,
Yeah.
so sensitive.
No, I toe the line on here all the time. Jordan's like,
Like,
hey,
we can't
Michael,
laugh
you
at
can't,
ourselves.
you can't say that. No.
I tell- he says
we're
rape
last
a lot.
on the list to laugh at.
Is
You
that,
know what I mean?
He
The
talks. He says he'll say rape just like
The word rape is funny sounding.
It's not.
Funny sounding. I didn't say the act of rape
What
was
is
funny.
what word does it rhyme with that sounds funny?
grape,
Vape. Mate.
bape.
But those
Cake.
aren't funny
Babe.
words. Like,
Babe.
I don't know, bro. I have this problem.
Great
Right?
in Parmesan.
Done with Jordan.
I have a
Got some
fucking
babe
problem.
here now.
Bathing
About
ape.
babe.
Bathing ape. Yeah.
That's what bape is.
Oh.
It's like a Japanese overpriced fucking clothing line.
I know. I seen the one with like
The shorts.
weird
Remember when I got
pants.
mad at British? I was
British
like, bro,
for
why
buying-
the fuck would you spend this much on shorts? It's like $120 pair of shorts.
When
But he's
you
like,
owe
bro, I
me
got them for
rent.
80. Don't worry. I'll kill myself.
shout out babes. I'll take
I'm
a
worried
free
about
pair.
spending $100 on a whiteboard for using for the fucking channel.
Yes.
I'm that Jewish sometimes.
Nice. That's good, Jew.
I try to get it out of him because we get money. I'd be like, man, we got it. We gonna do it. We gonna do it.
He says that, but he doesn't understand the amount of money we've dumped.
God, bro.
It's almost like putting money in a shredder sometimes.
This whole thing was like, well, we gotta fucking do it. Gotta do it.
It was like when people are like, yeah, I'm gonna start a podcast.
I laugh.
Like,
Especially when they're like, I'm like, oh yeah, well, what are you working with?
it's like
What's your
fucking
plan?
rough.
Like fucking, what's his name? Tony. He was like,
He's got a decent enough setup.
because he's
smart
intellect-
enough,
he's
right?
smart, but it's still not. Like,
Yeah, no, of course not. But we've spent fucking almost a year getting it to this point, and it's finally at a point where we can do this,
Yes.
do shit
Finally
like
they
that,
use
it.
and we have music playing. Like,
Yeah.
oh shit, the song was ending.
In case y'all didn't notice.
Got him.
Okay.
Anyway, back to the tier list, everyone. We have Michael's. I know Michael's fucking probably favorite,
I got some friends here.
Seinfeld.
Number one, S tier.
You said that's the best show ever.
It's my gold standard.
Okay, I'll say S tier.
Mark, do you
But
enjoy
I also
some
don't.
Seinfeld?
I also don't find everything they say funny.
It's like
Not
with-
everything, but like a lot of things they say.
With Seinfeld, a lot of the things it's like they are inside jokes, like comedian jokes that are hidden like in there. Like there's this episode where Kramer ends up meeting Woody Allen and trips and falls while he's trying to cross the movie set in New York.
But Kramer is a racist, right?
Michael Richards.
Not Kramer.
Michael Richards dropped the N-bomb in a stand-up comedy bit.
So did Tim Allen, though.
Yeah. But Tim Allen came back and did Toy Story, and Michael Richards.
And he was doing that stand-up during when Toy Story 4 was like being advertised.
Yeah. But Michael Richards just bowed out and left.
Oh.
So he left the whole scene. But what I'm saying is that Kramer trips and falls, and Woody Allen laughs at him. He's like, hey, I want you to be in my movie. I'll give you a line. So he's like, oh, I got this line now. He's like, Jerry's like, what's the line? He's like, these pretzels are making me thirsty. Is the line. And he's supposed to be eating the pretzels, right? And so Jerry's like, well, how are you going to say it? He's like, I don't know. Maybe like, these pretzels are making me thirsty. And he's just like, no.
Overthinking it.
Yeah. And he's like, no, you got to have like shit in your mouth and be like, these pretzels are making me thirsty. And they all have their opinion. And throughout the entire episode, that line just gets randomly mentioned. And even like at the end when like Newman's doing something to Jerry, he was like, "Ugh," and he's like, what? He's like, these pretzels are making me thirsty. It's just like, yeah, they just do different variations of that line throughout the whole episode. That's funny. That's a funny bit. That's a comedian thing. Seinfeld was also the first sitcom to ever fill an entire episode at one location. They did the Chinese restaurant episode where they go to show up at the Chinese restaurant. They're like, how long's the wait? And he's like, oh, for you, 5 minutes. And they're like, all right, cool. And they're trying to get to a movie. And then like George is they all have like different things going on. George is trying to make a phone call. And then finally he's trying to call George's name, you know, because Costanza's the reservation. But the Chinese guy is like, Cartwright! Cartwright! Party of 4, Cartwright! And they're just having their own conversation because they don't recognize Cartwright. And then they're like, George is like, well, how long is it gonna be? It's like, oh, I said your name and you no show, so I sat table. He's like, what did you say? He's like, I yell, Cartwright, Cartwright. No answer, sit table. And he's like, my name's Costanza. You know, they do this whole bit. Jerry
Doesn't even look like what he said. Cartwright? The fuck?
Jerry dares
Okay,
Elaine.
I put Seinfeld in S tier.
Come
Damn.
on, it's a revolutionary show.
And now, on the other spectrum,
Uh-oh.
The Big Bang Theory.
Oh.
A new way of making sitcoms that are funny but yet not funny at the same time.
They believe that the whole
we could put
universe
that-
is in a high dense
We could
state.
put that on a solid B tier list. Solid B to A.
Oh,
I do
Ivory's
like the
beat it.
intro.
Yeah.
I do like that intro, and I do like the first couple seasons. But I don't like that they make like $2 million an episode now.
They
each.
employed, that show's done now.
Oh yeah, you're
They
right.
employed that, what's the name of the band that does their intro?
A Bowling for Soup.
Yeah.
Is that really?
I don't know.
This guy.
I've
think
heard
it's-
of Bowling
I would
for Soup,
give
but I don't
them
think that's
B.
their
I would
music.
give
I
them
think
B to
it's
A
like
tier.
Bare Naked Ladies or
I would give
something.
them B to A tier.
Such a good show.
It's A tier.
Love Sheldon,
Okay.
love Leonard, love Amy.
Would you be okay with A?
Cause sometimes I ain't really fine.
Oh, I mean, give your opinion, bro. This is your chance, man.
Yeah, man.
I ain't really-
They
Convince
gave
us that it's better than
12
A.
seasons of fire.
Oh, he's right. It did do 12
They
seasons.
gave us
Most
12
shows,
seasons of fire.
most shows don't get past 10 seasons.
They gave
bro.
us marriages. They gave us complexity. They gave us
Character development.
character development. Rajesh. Oh, man. Raj, if you can hear us, if you find yourself ever watching The Dish Pit, you have a fan.
Only one. A tier. A tier.
He said only one.
Blake had to chuckle at that.
All right, y'all. Next, we have I think my favorite sitcom of all time, Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh,
Favorite of all time.
Frankie Muniz.
That is my
becomes
favorite of all
president.
time. Huh?
Dude becomes the president.
They want him to become president.
No, the last episode he
No, he doesn't. He's in Harvard in the last episode.
It was Bare Naked Ladies, by the way, guys. For a big
He was at Harvard as a janitor, and then he closes the. I've seen every episode, bro.
It's like some Goodwill Hunting thing.
It's like Reese is a janitor, right? And then it's funny because he's talking on the phone with Reese, and he's at Harvard, and he's like, I gotta get to class, and he's in a janitor outfit, and he's putting his mop and bucket away, and then he grabs some books and runs to class. And that is the final episode. And also a fun fact, the first song that they played at the end of the first episode, they played at the end of the last episode too. That
Ooh.
I've seen better days. And that they play that song. Because you remember the first episode of Malcolm in the Middle was when that bully was going crazy. I think it was the bully. Was it the bully episode or was that like second episode?
Anybody
Wait, the
else
first
want-
episode was when he became a Krellboyne.
Yes.
Jordan's tripping, y'all. Don't listen to him. He might have been a Krellboyne, but if
I
you
was
Google
definitely
this
not a
shit,
Krellboyne.
Malcolm does become president is at the top of the list. This show
Of
is
what?
essentially his memoirs. In the last episode, his parents basically tell him
Yes,
that they expect him to become the president.
But where in that thing you just said says he becomes president?
They do like the fast
I'm
forward
just-
version
they
where
don't.
he's actually wearing like the gray suit and shit. And
Bro,
they're
he's
like,
wearing a
"Oh."
fucking janitor outfit. I will bet you $100.
I mean,
Uh-oh.
that too.
There's going to be actual
That
money.
too.
Witness.
That was the last
Witness your
episode.
blood bag.
Eyewitness.
I'm about to say there's
Mark,
two
you
witnesses
want one
to
of these
this.
guys?
No, I'm good.
All right.
I do think
I say
he
S
becomes
tier.
president
Ivory?
too. And that's why I like the show.
We're trying to get to that. I say S
Because he
tier.
came from a family
And
of
it's also
fuck
one.
ups.
I think it's the first sitcom to use one camera.
Oh,
cool.
that might be true.
And an actual set. The house is actually there's
and no laugh track. I know
No
that.
laugh track.
I know that the first episode
which
for
is
no
my
laugh track.
my actual least favorite part of sitcoms is the laugh track.
Really?
Except for in that 70s show because it's not so bad.
Well, that 70s show was like it's meant to be in your face.
Yeah.
The laugh track.
That 70s show is just like
It's meant to be like the honeymooners.
always making me fucking laugh. It's fucking hilarious. We haven't even, I don't think we've gotten to that.
Well,
so
that's
Malcolm in the
it,
Middle
guys.
is
I
S
gotta go.
tier.
I quit.
Why?
No, I'm joking.
Okay. I
always
was like,
wanted
what
to say
What
that.
did you quit?
Are you finally sober?
I'm never leaving. I'm here forever.
We almost done.
Mark forever.
All right. Next up.
Follow me.
I gotta
at
get Jordan
Mark
drunk.
Forever
That's my
on
thing.
Twitter,
Those are y'all.
Instagram, and Snapchat. Mark with a capital M. I'll see you there.
And a capital D.
Also, drink responsibly. And drugs are bad.
I mean, how do you make, I guess that R just turn it into.
I wish I was an announcer.
In the microphone, Ivory.
Ladies and gentlemen, next up we have a fucking show. That's a sitcom, and it has characters, and it has a plot.
No way.
Actually, no plot. I lied. There's no plot. It's Family Guy. I say
Boo!
A
A tier.
B tier.
B tier.
B.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's
I
fallen
agree.
off. First 5 or 6 seasons, hot fire.
Okay, so you can give them that they were a breakout show.
They were definitely there. That's why they're still around. It's a great show because of the cutaways, because of the
The type of
Conway
editing.
Twitty.
yes, it's really good editing.
That's why I liked it too.
And I think it's funny. I think Seth MacFarlane genuinely is fucking hilarious. He's very talented in writing, and he's funny, and he's a great singer too.
Yeah.
He's like he sings fucking like what's it,
50s
swing music,
Swing music, yeah.
like that shit, like that's Sinatra shit.
Yeah, he sings
Anytime
Sinatra.
you hear Brian singing, that's actually Seth MacFarlane. Anytime you hear Frank Sinatra Jr., that's Seth MacFarlane.
That's dope.
Anytime you hear, bro, first of all, he voices Peter, Stewie, Quagmire, fucking Brian. There's another one, I think.
Yeah, it must get hard to do all those
Wasn't
at
it
the
greased
same
up
time
deaf
too.
guy?
Greased-
Never gonna get me.
I like seeing him do his impressions in person, but that's about it.
Okay, guys, but we gotta put it at B tier just because it's not as good as it used to be.
Yeah, I kind of feel you.
They killed off Brian for shock value and then brought him back.
They killed off Brian?
yeah,
Yeah, and then it was Vinny.
What?
Vinny, it was
Yeah,
Vinny for an
Italian
I stopped
episode.
dog.
watching, to be
He
honest.
keeps talking about clams. He has like a New York accent. He's always talking about clams.
Get some
Actually,
clams
I'd
here.
say it's an Italian accent. It's Italian dog.
It's not Italian.
New York.
He's from New
bro.
York. He's like Guido.
Bro, that nigga's.
Bro,
with the
most
shits.
of the
Let
New
me buy
York
you- let me buy
accent,
you a nice
you'll
chain.
talk to white dudes in New York. I've been to New York, all right? I lived there for a while.
It's fucking New York.
It doesn't matter what color and race you are, everybody talk like that. This is like here in Texas.
Yes,
Everybody got a little southern twang.
It's a
every now and
general
then.
Southern
slang
twang.
like that everyone
Yeah.
understands.
Yeah.
Okay, boys. Actually, I discovered the show like a year or two ago, and it quickly became one of my favorites. Silicon Valley. This show is fucking amazing.
The show's lit.
Mike Judge, by the way, directed this, and it has T.J. Miller. It's got the guy who voices Terry in Solar Opposites.
Yeah.
Is Richard. He's in it.
Is Richard, yeah.
Who else is in it? I love Guilfoyle.
I love Guilfoyle.
Dinesh is in it, and he's like a up and coming like actor / comedian.
He's like the Raj of the show.
yeah,
Awesome.
except he's funnier.
Except he's
a lot funnier. It was hilarious. He was wearing a gold chain one time.
He's funnier than you.
He was wearing a gold chain one time, and they were all making chain jokes and shit like against him. And then he's like, "I'm taking the chain off," and he's like, "Why? Then you'd be Django." He's like, "Unchained." And it was a guy that never makes jokes or anything. It was Jared. I was like, the humor is fucking hilarious. Like, there was this situation where they were trying to create a what's it called, a moles operation or whatever.
Yeah.
And no, it's like a skunk works.
Skunk Works.
It's called Skunk Works, and they're trying to act like they're doing something, but they're doing something else.
Yes.
And they have all the plans, and he walks in, trips over a cord, exposes all the plans to everybody, and they were just like, "What the fuck is this?" Right as they finish it, and they're like walking in like all badass and shit, and he trips over a fucking cord.
The humor in it is great, and like end of every episode is like epic Game of Thrones style ending.
Yeah, it makes
Like,
you want to watch more.
Yeah, you're like, what the? I gotta watch the next one.
It's so good,
It's-
and it shines a light on that whole Silicon Valley like thing where you go in and you just
It's
get
right at the height when everybody was creating apps for everything.
Yes.
I'm gonna watch it.
You have to
Say
watch
less.
it. Oh,
There was
also, it's on HBO too, so it's uncut. and
There was
they fucking-
there was one where
HBO shows.
T.J. Miller's character Ehrlich. His name is Ehrlich Bachman, and he runs a fucking incubator.
Yes,
which
they
is,
call
means
it.
he pays the house, and then he has people stay with him, and he gets 10% of their app or whatever.
Yeah,
And he's like
he
interviewing
owns
guys.
a house, like a 4-bedroom house.
Yeah.
and he owns it
in Silicon Valley.
in Silicon Valley, and then he lets.
I think he
people,
bought the house, so
he
yeah,
bought the
yeah.
house, yeah. So, and then the people
'Cause
that stay there
he-
run their app, and they have all their equipment and all their shit in there, and he gets 10% of whatever they gross.
Yeah, and he 10% sharehold. So
Yeah,
it's like
shareholds.
he's a shareholder. So on everything. So that's like a funny incorporation of the show. And
What's
so
the name of the dude that's the squatter, the Asian dude?
his name is Jin Yang.
Jin Yang.
And he's like,
God damn
no,
it, Jin Yang.
no, he's like, Jin Yang, you can't burn trash. He's like burning the trash in the bins, and he was like, what about garbage?
He's this Asian dude.
Motherfuck!
He used to
And
be his roommate,
he
but
was
he
like-
kicked him out, and then he wouldn't leave.
He was like, legally it says you can't leave. You can't kick me out for 30 days.
For 30 days, and then he ends.
It's funny as shit, bro. But hold on, I was trying to say he was interviewing these guys for an app, and they were trying to make an app that's like Campbell's soup. It's like soup. It's alphabet soup, but it's all ones and zeros. And he was like, "No, man, I need applications. I need something. I need substance. What do you think this is? Paris, Texas?" That's where Campbell's is from. Because no one like laughed.
That's a great joke.
Yeah, it was really funny, man. Like, it's a very good show. And then you got Guilfoyle, who's like he has big bifocal glasses, and he's like a metalhead, but he's also a genius at tech.
He plays the dude in the movie Knocked Up with Seth
Okay.
Rogen.
Yes,
that
you're
ends
right.
up
He's the guy that wears the
growing-
towel and shit.
Yeah, that ends up growing this fucking beard all out really long, and they start making fucking jokes about him and shit.
my God.
He's
And there's
that guy.
There's a guy named Russ Hanneman, and he walks in and he sees the guy who's like, his name's Jared, and he's like a skinny guy. He's like a businessman, and like he's not usually very promiscuous or anything. He's like, this guy fucks. Just like the guy that looks like he fucks the least. He's like, this guy fucks.
This guy fucks.
And then he ended up getting a bunch of hot chicks.
Yeah.
He was like, this guy fucks.
the show's great. I think
It's
the writing is
amazing. I actually need to watch the 6th season. I think it's the last one.
good. I haven't watched it either.
Six
good.
seasons.
There was a scene where Jin Yang had eaten fish, and he left all the bones in the sink. He's like, Jin Yang, you have to take the fish bones and put them in the trash when you eat the fish. He's like, what? He just doesn't fucking understand fucking at all. It's fucking hilarious. I can't remember his response exactly. but
What's the
I'm
name
sure.
of the show?
Silicon
Silicon
Valley.
Valley.
I'm putting an S tier because we talked about it for so much.
Boo!
Next we have Boo This Man.
What else we got? God
30
damn.
30 Rock.
30 Rock from the Sun?
30 Rock.
Oh no,
Not Third Rock from the
Not
Sun.
Third.
30 Rock.
30 Rock. That's a great show.
It has Tina Fey,
Alec
Alec
Baldwin.
Baldwin, who's fucking hilarious.
Tracy Morgan, fucking my boy.
We say, eh?
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Tracy is hilarious. Like I hear all the Jim Brewer stories about him and SNL, where like they're both like in the writing team together.
Cards there?
But like he's like, we were great with coming up with the comedy bits. We were horrible at writing. He's like, we would come up with this crazy bit, and then Tracy would be like, yeah, I'm gonna go write it. Where's the fucking W on this thing? You know, and he was like telling the story about Tracy, like in
Jim Brewer?
Yeah, Jim Brewer, because they were both writers, and Tracy was an actor, but Jim Brewer was just a writer on the show. Tracy
That's
Morgan.
fucking hilarious, man. Okay, so next up, How I Met Your Mother.
Great. I
Very good
watched
show,
the
man.
show for so long and didn't realize that it was about Ted.
To all you who love Ted Mosby, right? He is in the show Hunters on Amazon, and he plays a guy named Lonnie Flash. And this is the 70s, by the way. He is like, he's got like the fucking badass fucking glasses, and he's Jewish, and he's like a famous actor who's kind of washed up, and he's always like Lonnie Flash.
Lonnie Flash.
It's so great. I love that show, Hunters, man. Honestly,
watch it.
Gotta
gonna
watch
watch
it.
it now.
100%
That's funny.
recommendation.
Fucking-
Al Pacino's in it.
Okay. Say less.
Hey, Neil
Al
Patrick
Pacino's
Harris.
in
though.
it, and he plays the old Jew.
Neil Patrick Harris.
Neil Patrick Harris, How I Met Your Mother. Yes, exactly. Sorry, I was talking about Ted Mosby and then Hunters.
Fucking
Neil Patrick
great.
Harris.
Makes the show.
NBH.
NBH. And PH.
It's gonna be legend. Wait for it, and I hope you're not lactose intolerant because the next word is dairy. I remember that one specifically. Okay, A tier.
A tier.
Ivory is saying nothing yet again. Strange.
Sir, I've been.
Say something. All right, we got the next show. I'm gonna let Ivory helmet. Friends.
I didn't see very much of Friends. Sad to tell you
What?
the truth. Yeah,
Me
no.
either,
I wasn't
boo.
walking.
What?
I wasn't watching.
It's actually a good show.
Nickelodeon.
I wouldn't say it's like better than any. It's probably like bottom of A tier, but it's a solid show, bro.
Dog when it was on Nick at Night. Like, yes, but when it was on Nick at Night.
They put a lot of
when I
good
was-
shows on Nick at Night.
yeah,
They put the
when I
Cosby
was
Show on
little,
Nick at
I
Night.
just flicked to the next show. I was like, fuck this Cartoon Network adults.
I
man.
remember Friends when it was coming out and everybody was like, Rouse and Rachel.
That's
And I was
besides
like,
the point. I like Joey, Chandler, Phoebe.
Chandler's
these are
my
the,
favorite.
These are the people that. Chandler is so fucking funny.
Matthew Perry's great.
I love that Matt Perry, and I love him in The Longest Yard. I love him in Friends. He's just so. Do you remember the episode where Monica? She's like a super clean freak, and she's like, "So Monica mentioned something about crummies." She's like, "Oh no, I was so careful." He's like eating cookies in the bathtub. He has to eat cookies in the bathtub, otherwise she fucking complains to him or some shit.
To me, it was just like too. It was
Too white for you, bro.
I didn't say too white. I meant like too focused.
Bro, they
on
spend half the episode in a
chicks.
coffee shop and they play rugby. It's pretty white.
Yeah, I never really was like super into it. Elsa's.
You
Into
think
it.
Mark's hanging out at a fucking coffee shop?
Yes, I do actually.
I mean, if
Okay,
it was
I'm
in
sorry. That was
Amsterdam
wrong
with
for me to assume.
Loudest of the loud. Hell yeah.
I think
like
Mark
my
is
lattes.
definitely at a coffee shop.
Okay, Friends is B tier then.
Lattes.
Yeah, I'd put B tier.
Okay, cool. This next show is actually fucking hilarious. People underestimate the show, and I know a lot of people actually haven't seen it. Married with Children, bro.
Greatest show. That's S tier.
No, I say this to you, sir. That's what I say to you, okay?
S tier.
And also another post.
Baba Booey.
Yeah,
For you, okay?
the Baba
Hello,
Booey.
let's let Jordan go in on
What are you
his
doing? What are you
magical.
doing? What are you doing? Stop.
Yeah, let's let Jordan go in his magical.
Yo. Okay, hold on. I'm sorry. This is a fucking fairy tale, y'all.
Love and marriage.
Love and marriage go together like a horse and carriage.
This I tell you, brother. I know the whole fucking thing.
Just ask
I
your
love Al
local
Bundy. That's like the last-
gentry. It's a fucking great. Do you know Leela from Futurama?
Yes.
She's the wife.
Katie Seagal.
Yes, I know.
She's so hot. She was so hot back in the day,
Back in
bro.
the day.
Yeah, exactly.
was.
You
She had those high heels on with the leopard print and the fucking. She like
leopard
walking like
fucking-
this and
yeah,
shit.
Peggy.
Like,
They even made
God
it.
damn.
They even
And then
made a joke
Alice,
about it in
Alice, the
Futurama.
king of. Fuck my wife.
Yeah.
Basically, fuck my family.
He's a shoe salesman.
It's so good. I honestly put that in A tier.
I would too. It's
I could rewatch Married with Children.
Insult comedy. It's the last of the time. They're like the honeymooners of the 90s.
Except, yeah, they were. He wasn't abusive to his wife,
No,
right?
he wasn't
just talked
abusive.
shit
He
to
just
her. all-
talked shit and said he was being neglected and he can't fuck her.
Yeah. All right, boys.
All right.
We have next up. We have Parks and Recreations, y'all.
S tier.
I haven't seen enough of it to claim it S, but I do think it's funny.
Ron
I don't like
Swanson.
Nope very
Put
much.
it on
I don't like
me.
Leslie very much in that show.
What time are we on?
I don't know. I was just gonna finish the shows.
No. Let's finish the shows.
We'll finish the show. Shut up, everyone. Go look at the time.
Yeah, Ivory.
We started late tonight. Okay.
It's
It
late
don't
night.
matter. We all chill.
Oh, sorry. You fucking gotta get home to your baba. Down to
You're
your bottle.
Baba Booey.
Oh,
Okay. We can do Parks and Recs and what do you think? S.
you watched Parks and
Haven't
Rec?
seen enough of it.
Okay. Michael says S.
I say S, but
Well, he's the
y'all
only
can
one that's
outvote me.
he's the only one that's seen enough.
Boo!
Boo this man. Boo.
Blake saw it.
But Blake, you think S tier?
S.
S.
Next up is probably another S. It's South Park.
Oh.
S for South Park.
Hella S.
Hella S.
I can't wait
S.
to see the next season of South Park.
It's gonna be lit.
I
So
can't fucking
lit.
wait to see what happens.
It's gonna be
bro.
coronavirus.
Yep.
Fucking.
Yes.
The police brutality.
They're gonna find a way.
Yeah.
They're gonna.
They don't need to find a way.
Matt Stone
Yes, bro.
and Trey
they're gonna
Parker
They're going
do
to
so
find a
many
way.
different ways. It's not even.
will find a way,
They're going to.
and it's gonna be that
They'll probably even
hilarious
have a killer.
laughter.
Yeah.
They'll probably
bro.
even have a Killer Hornets episode.
Yes, the murder hornets.
So Mark and I were talking about
See.
cartoons, and we know we don't really go into cartoons, but South Park is probably one of the.
Let me just name a few cartoons you
only
watch: Simpsons,
cartoons.
King of the Hill, Rick and Morty, Solar Opposites, South Park, Futurama.
Yeah, but I don't watch them regularly. I watched a
Yeah,
lot
like,
of them
those
because
are-
I watched a lot of them.
Those
because
are all fucking. Hold on. First of all, you're sleeping on Rick and Morty a little too much. You haven't seen enough of it.
Mark is, but I'm like,
You are
The
very
Simpsons,
very uneducated on
Morty.
Rick and Morty, and that's okay because it's like the fan base is pretty rough. I get it.
The Simpsons and
but
King of the
you
Hill.
sleep on it. That's why Rick and
I
Morty
don't watch
honestly
that
is
much.
S tier to me, but we brought it back a little bit for you guys so
for
you
Solar
didn't have to go.
Opposites.
Yeah, currently.
Next up, we have this is a weird one: Golden Girls.
Hey,
The Golden Girls. How about we switch to the complete opposite
Why
of
did
all
we
the shit
put
we were
that?
doing at the beginning, huh?
Golden Girls.
It was funny.
I'll say if you
That was
never-
like the fucking old grandma. She would like talk shit to the fucking other fucking old ladies.
Ladies, yeah.
I'd say B tier. Wait,
Jayla watches Golden Girls.
I'd say B tier. What do you think, Michael? B tier?
Golden Girls?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's funny.
it's funny.
It's funny, bro. Old ladies fucking talking shit to each other all
Yeah,
night.
no, that's funny.
I feel like you could get high and drunk and just be like, "Ah!" just like crying, laughing. Oh my god, this next show. Where's Mark? Ah, fuck it.
Fuck it.
Should we wait for him? Nah.
Nah, he's handling stuff.
All right, fuck him. All right, next up we have Scrubs. I give this an S.
S.
100%.
100%.
All the character development, all the fucking sad moments when their fucking patients died, bro. The 99 red balloon scene where JD's just in a room with 99 red balloons, to that song kicking it
I
around.
cried during Scrubs.
I think I teared up a little bit too.
Teared up in there.
What was it? The scene when Brendan Fraser was
Yes, that was the one
Cox's
that where
brother, bro, and he thought he was alive, and
thought
he's
he was
talking
alive.
to him the whole fucking episode.
And then
but it
you
turns
show
out
up-
shows
you're
up
at
to his
his
funeral.
funeral? Yeah.
Holy shit, bro. That shit's crazy.
That
And
one-
then
to his-
what's another one at the end of the series when he's about to leave Sacred Heart and all the shit flashes before JD's eyes and this fucking sad song plays and don't fucking do that right now.
God damn it, Ivory.
And then like there's so many moments, man, where it's just this show is so fucking good.
It's
And
so good, and
It's
it's so
funny
funny.
too. The cutaways. We only have a couple more shows left. The cutaways and Scrubs are so good. I love the Love Train one. He's like Love Train, and then they're all on like an actual train. They're
Yeah.
playing Love Train by the OJ's, which I love that song. By
I
the
love
way.
how they keep referencing get up now. Get up. Get up now. Like fucking Turk.
Ego.
I love that the show is centered around JD's idiotic daydreams. Like,
Yes.
Yes, you remember the he ran up. I do this to Michael all the time. I'll run up and be like, "New freckle." I'll go like "New freckle" and like point at his neck, and that's like what something JD did to
Yeah.
Dr. Cox. He's like, I work with idiots. I talk to idiots, and he's like, "New freckle." He's like, "I'm interrupted by idiots."
hide the saltine.
That's what I was about to say.
Yes,
I was-
hide the saltine.
I was literally about to say hide the saltine. Like, swear to God, I was waiting for Jordan to stop talking. And you
love
got it.
Wow.
I love Scrubs.
Wow.
Yeah, story
You
of
just
my
couldn't wait for me to stop
story
talking.
of my life, bro. Story of
That's
my
how I
life.
feel with you at work all day anyway, so. Okay. Next up, we have these are all bangers. Another banger.
Let's bang 'em
It's
out.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Oh, S tier.
S.
S tier. That's like,
Yeah.
we can
Which-
put that near the top.
Do
you
y'all,
know,
I'd like a milk steak boiled over hard with jelly beans.
with jelly meat. He's like,
Oh
what's
no! Send the cheapest wine over that table. That show is a major inspiration for the show I want to make.
Created the flyer for men, and it's like it looks like a fucking dick, and it's like it's supposed to be a man's bicep.
He's like, no, it's dicks are manly.
Dicks are-
Yeah, I mean, men have dicks. They're not manly. Fuck.
Mac ends up really
Wait, the
gay.
fight milk
The fight
He
milk.
does end up gay.
with real
like
crow
that.
eggs. What the fuck is wrong with these guys? Oh, wait, what's the episode where they go to the Jersey Shore and they stumble
Yes.
upon the two homeless guys banging?
Bro, what?
Yeah,
Yes, they're
yeah,
like,
night
bro,
wants
you
to come
gotta
off.
go. It's not about what's on the boardwalk; it's under the boardwalk. And they go under the boardwalk, and these two homeless dudes fucking each other in the
Charlie
ass.
with it's bird law, like the lawyer.
Bird law. I'm a master of bird law.
Master of fluent in bird law. And then they had the episode where Marine Ponderosa is like a cat. And
They do so many trials in that show. What the fuck?
and they're trying to and Charlie's uncle, who's like a pedophile, has those big old giant hand gloves on, and he's like, and the lawyer, he's like, look at his hands. They're not better than mine. Yeah, that show is so fucking stupid.
I love that
It's
show.
great.
That's one of my favorite shows, man. Like
too.
top 10 at least, probably.
Yeah.
It's so because first of all, I aspire to be these guys. I aspire to write, act in, and create my own fucking show.
I
Right?
own the whole thing.
They have it all, and then they get Danny DeVito to come in for 2 weeks and film all his fucking scenes.
Yeah.
And they're like, we got this fucking guy. People are gonna watch just to see him fucking crawl naked out of a couch.
They just got signed on through season 15.
Yes, bro. Of course. Like, we didn't even know we won a People's Choice Award. They didn't tell us. They won an award like last year.
So they did an episode about it, like the gang never gets an award.
Okay, y'all. We have another good one. That 70 Show.
Solid.
And I'm not gonna lie. I know we're putting a lot in S, but this is an S tier, honestly. S for sure, because
This goes
I was,
to Roseanne.
You think that 70 Show is as shitty as Roseanne? Holy shit, that's a
Just
major.
joking.
Like that's a fucking
I was
issue.
like, whoa, bro, we need to talk about
I
this.
was like, first of all, almost every yes, you're on trial right now, bro. Sit the fuck down. God damn, bruh. Fucking so. Every character is fucking hilarious in the show in their own way. Like you have Red, who's like the fucking the angry dad. You have Kitty, who's a sweet mom, but she also has like she throws jabs at people. She's very sarcastic. And then you have Eric, who is pure sarcasm, no toughness or like no spine, but he's pure sarcasm. Then you have Donna, who's kind of like she's like a power to women type of chick, and then she's very sarcastic as well. And you have Hyde, who's like the rebel dude who doesn't give a shit, but at the same time he's like a softie and he actually does care, but he acts like he doesn't care, and he's also a stoner. They're all stoners, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you got Fez.
Fez,
Jackie.
who is the foreign exchange student, which FES stands for. They never say his name or where he's from, which is fucking. He's like the beautiful island of what the fuck ever, right?
Yeah, right.
You have Jackie, who's fucking hilarious, bro.
Who lied about her age.
She lied about her age to get on.
show.
She's
It's
from the
hilarious.
Ukraine too.
They
Yeah.
asked her when her birthday was.
S tier, bro.
And she
When
has
will
two
you be
different color
18?
eyes.
She said on my birthday.
S tier, brother. Okay, so next up, is that Friends again? Okay, so I have Friends and Married.
Hell no.
I'm
Hell
sorry.
no.
Master of None is next, and I know you guys haven't seen it, so I can tell you
Yeah.
that it's probably high B, A tier. I would actually put it. I think I like it a little more than like How I Met Your Mother, because it's a really good show. It's like it's real. It has a lot of dry humor to it. That
You love the dry humor.
bro, dry humor is great. You love dry humor too. You love Seinfeld. What are you talking about? It's
That's
pure.
not dry humor.
It's pretty dry.
It's pretty in your face.
It's pretty dry sometimes, bro.
Pretty in your face.
Okay, I mean, it can be. What does in your face mean, though?
I mean, the jokes are there. You like the
yeah,
punchlines.
but what do you mean by like?
Dry, it's like, oh, do I got to think about this joke to figure it out?
No, it's just not one of those things where it's like they're trying fucking to be like they're like this is the joke. Like no, this is just like a statement that could be interpreted as
Yes,
funny.
I know. That's why I'm not a big fan of dry
But it's
humor.
very dry humor is like. It's like the real life situations you find yourself in, where when
I
you're
know, to me, it
experiencing
means-
a bad table, right? A lot of that is just dry humor, right?
Yeah, but I like to make it really funny.
I'm putting an A tier. Fuck you. Next, we have probably our last, in my opinion, S tier of the night. It's BoJack Horseman. I'm saying it's S tier because if you fucking guys watch this show, you will fucking agree with me. Ivory can back me up.
And
Yes.
if you listen
It
to
is
the
truly S
preview
tier.
of this show,
Well, I
You watched the preview?
laughed.
nah, yeah.
Yes.
Have you seen
will
it?
laugh.
Oh yeah,
Very
I've
much
seen
so.
them all.
Have you watched the sixth
Except the
season?
sixth. Yeah, I have not
Watch
seen the
that
sixth
shit,
season.
dog. I stayed up till 4 a.m. last night watching
I have
it.
not seen the sixth season.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, everyone's getting antsy here in the Dish Pit studio. So
Yeah.
we are going to.
Oh, I heard a sound.
We're gonna go ahead and wrap this episode up. I
With
hope
my
it wasn't.
dick.
I hope it was
That's
everything you
a-
expected in a comeback of 2 weeks of not, talking.
Wait
to
till
y'all.
next time where we argue about superheroes fighting
We're gonna,
each
yeah,
other.
we might actually, we're gonna think of some shit. We might do like a superhero argument, and it might get heated. But
And
who
then-
knows?
It's definitely gonna get heated because I'm DC and I'm noticing
Marvel!
there's a lot of fucking Marvel fans.
And then
Marvel.
Jesus Christ is going to come down and lose to the
Let me
Green
tell you why
Lantern.
right now before we end this. Marvel is better.
Yes.
The characters have more.
Are you hearing this?
Backstory,
Character.
depth.
Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I have to fucking deal
Other
with?
than the Batman,
The Bat.
the Bat,
The billionaire
Joker.
playboy that is.
There's obviously a ton of DC heroes that I love. It's just Marvel. I don't know. It's just Marvel stands out a little bit more to me. But anyway, we're not gonna argue about that right now. We're gonna do this next week. Marvel versus DC. The debated
all week long. I'm
argument.
gonna be pulling
And
I have to
these
take
nuts.
a huge piss.
Yeah, me too.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank
We
you for
didn't
watching
drink
the
a
dish
beer.
pit.
We got
Everyone,
one
say your,
It's okay,
say
we'll
your,
save
say your,
it.
say your, say your.
up.
Say your-
Signing out.
Everyone, have a good week, y'all.
Y'all have a good one.
Stay safe
Night,
out
y'all.
there, and
See you next time.
yeah, but bye.